Today, we're going to be talking about how to get motivated, how to get unstuck and get started with action taking.
Are you a stressed out high achiever ready to thrive, not just survive? You're in the right place. I'm Dr. Amna Shabbir, a physician, master certified coach, and wellness advocate. On this channel, I share practical strategies and inspiring stories to help you create real, lasting change. Whether you want to lead with confidence, find balance, or optimize your life, you're in the right place.
If you are a human who at times feels unmotivated, and if you find yourself in that spot where you're not feeling very driven towards your goals, you're not feeling very encouraged and energized to go and seek out what you want to do, you're in the right place. That feeling of like, I wish I was motivated. You looking back at your past self who was more motivated and then wanting to be as motivated as you used to be. And you just keep thinking, if I can get more inspired, if I could get motivated, and if I could get driven, then my life would be so much better and I would be able to create all my dreams and goals. And also, I used to be so motivated and now I'm just not as motivated. What do I do? What are some of the steps that I can take to get myself back on track, get myself motivated again? I'm going to give some examples that include you going to the gym and you exercising, because that is one of the very real issues with motivation I get to hear quite a bit. I've also struggled with that in my personal life. I don't feel motivated enough to go to the gym. What do you do? So if you're struggling with motivation in terms of either achieving your goals at work or your personal goals, we are going to dig deep about that specific topic today. Let's talk a little bit about what the current cascade of motivation looks like for you. So you are waiting to get motivated. Every day, you're waiting for that magical feeling to unleash itself. You're going to feel inspired, and then you're going to go take that action towards your goal. And what ends up happening is that feeling never arrives. You don't wake up every day feeling motivated towards that goal, and you don't take any action. And when you don't take any action, you end up feeling worse. So you end up feeling stuck. You are right where you are at right now. You're not moving forward, you're usually moving backwards. So what that cascade of events from waiting to get motivated, not taking action, and then feeling stuck can be quite debilitating and frankly quite annoying. Feeling stuck is a really awful feeling. The fact that you're not taking any action and the fact that perpetually by not taking action, you're also daily debating your worthiness. Am I good enough? I'm not really taking action. I want to be very healthy. I want to take all those steps towards a better life, but I feel stuck and I feel unmotivated. And so, am I good enough? You see how that waiting for motivation is really keeping you stuck where you are at. So let's look at the dictionary definition of what the word motivation even means. According to the Oxford Dictionary, motivation is the reason or reasons one has for acting or behaving in a particular way. You see how the word reason and reasons is what I am having you focus on. So in a different episode, I talked about your why. So when you talk about motivation, it becomes very important for us to reflect on the reason for taking that specific action. For example, if your motivation to go to the gym and exercise is for you to lead a healthy and happy life, to look good, or whatever your motivation is, and there's no judgment tied to that, right? What is your reason behind achieving that goal? So it's really important to first get very clear on your reason for taking action. What I'm going to suggest is an approach in which you actually take unmotivated action. So you go from first getting clear on your reason and reasons behind taking a specific action to then executing, just taking the action. And let me break that down further. The biggest time that is wasted during this cycle of waiting for motivation and then not taking action and feeling stuck because you didn't get motivated is that feeling. The feeling of waiting for some heavenly, spiritual, third, unable to pin down in a specific word kind of feeling to descend on you, and then you're going to take action. And that right there is the problem. So what if we just eliminated the waiting? We eliminated the waiting by taking unmotivated action. And how can you take that unmotivated action? Going from your reasons of taking action towards that goal and then taking action. Let me break this down with an example. You're a high achiever, you're a high performer. You're doing a lot at your work, but you're likely not spending enough time taking care of yourself in a more whole person, holistic way, such as exercising, such as sleeping, such as nutrition, and all these other elements of well-being. When you get very clear on your reasons for exercise, for sleeping, for hydrating and eating better, when you start getting clear on those reasons, the reasons will start speaking to you. And then when you decide that I am just going to take action without waiting for motivation, and what does that look like? I'm going to take imperfect action. I'm going to take unmotivated action. I'm going to take small step action. I'm going to take action that is going to feel like it's not very important, but I'm going to do it anyways. But I'm going to take consistent small action despite feeling unmotivated. And I'm going to take it when I'm tired. I'm going to take it when I don't feel like it. I'm just going to take action. Here's what's going to happen. When you start taking action, you're going to start feeling motivated afterwards. So the action itself will then lend that feeling of being motivated. So how many times have you gone to the gym and after working out, you didn't want to go to the gym, you dragged your feet the whole time, you didn't want to change into your workout clothes, but you did it. You went and you exercised, you attended your workout class, wherever you are. And afterwards, you felt so good. I mean, partly it's because the endorphins are there, but it's also the endorphin of taking action. And then you felt so good, you wanted to exercise more, you wanted to come back. Now, all through that time, the money is where you're not wanting to do it, but you do it anyways, where you're dragging your feet, but then you do the action anyways. The same for any kind of work where you wanted to not do anything specific to that project and you're dragging your feet, you're irritated, you're annoyed, you're anxious, so much is going on. Once you finally do it, you see how much relief you feel? So what if we stopped waiting for the motivation bit, that feeling, and we just took action? We just took action, unmotivated, imperfect action. And when I am really focusing on the word imperfect here, because perfectionism is something that keeps a lot of you stuck. When I'm working with my clients and we break this down further, a lot of times, here's what happens. You cannot see these things when you are trying to do them by yourself because there's so many blind spots that we can't see unless somebody exposes them to us. And that's what I do when I'm coaching my clients in one-on-one setting or when we're holding workshops. So when you start noticing the amount of time that you're wasting waiting for motivation, whereas the moment you take action, you just get motivated right after. So a body in motion will continue to stay in motion, where the body at rest will continue to exhibit inertia and not want to do it. And also, the thing that keeps us stuck a lot of times is this yearning for perfectionism. If it's not done a very specific way, then it's not going to be done at all. So kind of noticing those inner narratives that are making you procrastinate. I recently read in a book that procrastination is not a time management problem. It's almost always an anxiety problem. And that is so true. Perfectionism keeps us stuck. So what is, looking back at what we've discussed so far, the new cascade of motivation that you can create for yourself? The first thing is going to be to take unmotivated action. You get very clear on your reason for a goal. For example, exercising. You're very clear that you want to have a good cardiovascular health. You want longevity. You want to look good. You want to feel energized. When you move, your body hurts less. You get very clear on your goal. You get very clear on your reason for that goal. And then you go and you take unmotivated action. 30 minutes is better than 0. You go and you take that unmotivated action. You take consistent action. You take imperfect action. So by taking that action, you start getting results. And when you start getting results, the results will then, that action and the result will start generating your motivation. So here's what I would suggest. Go take that action instead of spending time waiting to get motivated. You don't need motivation to take action. Take the action and then wait for motivation to come on in. And if you need help breaking this down further and you would love to sit in a more one-on-one setting, I'm happy to help you walk through that. I've helped many of my high-achieving clients through this very specific task where you're feeling stuck and you're feeling unmotivated and you're not able to see your blind spots and inner narratives that are holding you back. So I help you create clarity. I help you go from point A to point B, and I help you take action when you really need it towards the things that matter for you. Thank you for tuning in today.
You might believe you don't have the time or energy to focus on yourself, but this is exactly the right time to get serious about your well-being. You don't have to do it all alone. I'm here to help. If you enjoyed this video and are ready to take the next step, head over to dramnashabir.com where you'll find free resources you can access right away. The website link is below. Let's get started on your path to thriving.